the look on him. A standing ovation here for Virgil.
Hey, there's a window, yeah. Hello and welcome to OSW Review, the old school wrestling radio podcast, filmed in glorious grapple vision and encoded with blast processing. We chronologically critique wrestling storylines pay-per-view by pay-per-view. Oh me meow, who is that talking? It's your boy Jay Hunter, and to my right, stage left, is V1.
What's the crack?
And reverse those around, it's OC.
We do.
It's TNA Destination X 2009, and it's coming up right now. That's a nice SFX there.
It actually is nice. Yeah.
Steve-O, how are you doing, sir?
Very well. Looking forward to talking about this chock full of TNA, ready to unload on you two motherfuckers.
I noticed you haven't changed your clothes since last time we were
I know. It's
What else?
I've been basically living here, you know. Jay just foot on the back, cracking the whip. You will watch 20 hours of TNA. You will do it and you will enjoy it.
I do enjoy stealing your life for hours at a time, but it is a
Misery.
yeah, but it makes me happy. So, you know,
There we go.
however miserable you are, that I'm happy about it. But just one more thing. Law Ella,
Sha.
Punt Ella,
Sha.
Punt Ella,
Ta.
OSW Tattoo Ella.
Bruntonus.
Foolabus, Steven.
Sorry, that's what
Bang.
Oh,
Thomas Peacock.
God. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
We could have a winner. We could have an OSW tattoo review winner here.
This
Wackawa
is
winner.
Oh my god. He's
winner.
He's got everything.
This is incredible.
Can you explain it to him?
Okay, start from the worst thing goes to the best thing. So we got Wackawa Hey Hey. You know, which some people enjoy that. That's quite nice. And then you move up to the Piesta de la Resistance, which is Smelly Porn Man
Yeah.
wearing an OSW review hoodie
It's amazing.
with nothing underneath, which is very much on brand. And, and he's got the stink lines and everything. It's wonderful. It's like being back in Movie Magic Parnell Street 2001 all over again. It's fantastic.
It is absolutely glorious. I love it. It popped me big.
It is glorious. I love the Makodum art here and love the expression. And the stink lines really pull it all together. It's a 10 on 10 tattoo.
It really is. So are we parading, or is it too cold? Maybe it's a bit cold?
You know, it's we're coming out of winter time, but it's still not
Still dark.
light yet. You know
Thoughts
what I
haven't
mean?
gone forward yet.
That's it. It's not time to let the boys out of the stable and run footloose and fancy free yet. You know.
Open the skylight. You know.
What a fancy bar they
Yeah,
have.
my
Fucking
goodness.
skylight.
The Velux.
Velux windows over here.
No, we're too good to them. We're too good to them.
Okay.
All right, so let's do it. We have a 6-boy stable here.
He deserves
A
a
6-shooter. Number 6. Just look at him.
Ooh, Rob Conway.
Rob Conway. He
Oh.
says, wish Buff Bagwell.
Yes.
Yeah?
Any aside to see.
Yeah.
The whole damn world just wants to look at me. But they don't.
Definitely not a J-boy.
You know the way legend killer Randy Orton beating up Ric Flair, Mick Foley? I don't think Sean
Hogan.
ever put him over. Yeah, Hogan. Legend killer Rob Conway. Who's he get? Doink. Coco Beware. Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Yes.
Oh.
He couldn't even beat him clean.
Yeah, it was like a DQ
Yeah,
or something.
Eugene
wasn't it?
had to come out.
He's like, I'm not shopping. I'm too young to be shopping.
I've got my whole career ahead of me.
That's it.
Oh, shit. Okay, move on. Who's next? Do you want Greg Valentine as well? You can have him.
Number 5. Someone who's right up your alley, Steve. Kenny Dykstra.
Oh, excellent choice.
Yeah.
Jay, can you do the line?
Stomping a ferret, making a coat.
Thank you. Jay broke that out 2007-ish. And, oh man, I was broken. I adored it because I was a big Kenny fan. Obviously, the Spirit Squad were built around him. He was going to be the star. And then I was very high on Kenny at the time. And then I was like, did you just watch SmackDown last week? Yeah. Like, he came out with John Morrison, he wearing a ferret. Like, what's that about? Jay broke out the line and we literally never saw him on TV again.
Yeah.
End on a high, though. Do you know?
I get the impression that he did something because, like, the dude was good. He was talented. He was relatively over for someone on his place on the pecking order. And yeah, he just disappeared. I was wildly jealous of this man because he was going out with Mickey James for a while. I was, oh, you motherfucker. Good job, mate.
Yeah. In 2016 on Miz TV, Miz was giving shit to Dolph Ziggler, and he was like, yeah, you just need someone to lift your spirits. And they got Kenny back out and other lad, Son's ferret, sadly.
I think it was Mikey.
Yes. They swerve and they start beating up Dolph Ziggler, and then they get beaten up, and it was quite funny because their exit was on WWE YouTube, where they just have a box and they're rolled out. And they're like, and that was it.
Is that playing off the time when DX put them in the box and sent them back to OVW?
Yeah.
He did. Miz did mention that. He was like, Ziggler, there were more Spirit Squads, but they got lost on the way from OVW.
Yeah.
How was Kenny looking 7 years ago?
Looks the same.
Fantastic. There's a chance. There's a chance.
Kenny, Johnny, Ned, Nicky, Mikey, and we are the Spirit Squad.
Number 4, Cow Ent.
Hi.
Bye.
I assume he means the WWF incarnation. Taka.
Yeah.
Yamaguchi-san.
Funaki.
Number 1 announcer.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, it was very over.
Oh man, I had the shirt. It was the Evil Indeed Japan blue shirt.
Yeah, they were loads of fun. It was a good kind of undercard fun gimmick that it's the type of thing that you don't really get anymore, you know?
Yeah.
Because now everything is either you're a top guy or you're a jobber, and there's no mid-card anymore, you know?
Do you remember the 2 other lads in the US edition of Cow Ent? Because there was also Dick Togo, old Dick Tugger.
Dick Tugger, yeah.
And Men's Teo, or Teddy Boy.
Teddy Boy!
We did see the BWO Japan, don't pronounce that, at ECW Barely Legal 97.
We're going to do it, Steve.
OSW 35. I'll just keep talking about it.
3.
Val Venus.
Whoa!
Mrs. Yamaguchi-san, and she wanted to
finish the sentence,
though. She was making eyes at Val Venus, and so Mr. Yamaguchi wanted to paddle her bum.
That's a paddling.
Val Venus came to her aid, and then they swerve and let's beat up Val Venus, let's cut off his member. But the lights were turned off, and he was saved by one John Wayne Bobbitt.
Oh, what a swerve. But why would John Wayne Bobbitt care?
He doesn't want anyone else's.
His Mickey cut off.
Yeah.
His missus caught him cheating, right? And she cut off his lad, and she throw it out the window or something?
Yeah, threw it out of a moving car or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, crazy shit.
And then you got it reattached with extra DLC, you know?
Capcom doing the business there. Oh man, I did like that in Japan Cow Ent were called Cow Ent DX, as in Link's Awakening DX. It's called Deluxe, you know.
Okay,
anyway,
very good.
there you go. Because there was loads of other lads in there as well, like in Michinoku Pro. Kaz Hayashi was there, Nakajima, and the best one, Superboy! Superboy! Yeah. They did reunite in 2007. Taka Michinoku, he went off and made Cow Ent Dojo. In a Dragon Gate match, they won a 6-man versus Seema, BB Hulk. Yeah, and Matt Sydal, your boy. Evan Braun there.
That match was awesome. Yeah.
Yes, and they do the spot where they kind of build on each other and then pose, and I was like, that's a great spot.
Yeah.
Pretty subtle message. Jumpy, yo! Beep, beep. That's not
Number 3. David Otunga.
That's a bad choice.
Was that 2K14?
Sounds about right.
He's well known for that song, but that's fucking Justin Gabriel's song. He had it first. That's his song, not David Otunga.
Because they were tag team.
Yes.
Were they tag team champs, yeah?
Do you remember what faction they were?
Debuted in the Nexus.
Yes.
Debuted on season 1 of NXT, ended up finishing second to overall winner Wade Barra.
Wade Barra.
Then in July of 2010, debuted with one of my all-time favorite Raw moments that's not from the glory days, was the debut of the Nexus. Amazing. Should have been an absolute game-changing moment, and the worst...
Should have been a game-changing moment.
the worst fumble and the worst botch since the Invasion storyline.
Yeah. Otunga, smart fellow, big roidy lad.
He was ginormous.
He transitioned over to Hollywood, and he was on, you love Disney Plus, he was on She-Hulk, Attorney at Law.
Hey, can I ask you a personal question?
Of course.
How much can you deadlift?
A literal ton?
He was, yeah. That show is fucking garbage, by the way. Oh my god.
I guess this is what it's like dating in your 30s.
Is it like that?
Oh wow, I don't usually want to punch my television, but it was like, wow, this is not for me. Good luck to you, sir. Get out. You know, his gimmick is I'm a terrible date. So he's like, hey, how much do you bench? I do 600, and she's like, haha, a literal ton. There you go.
Awful.
Yeah, should have joined the Nexus.
Should have joined the Nexus.
Oh, he did.
Is there anything worse than dating in your 30s?
Number 2, double E, Vladimir Kozlov.
What year of house show might he wrestle standard-wise?
Solid 1978 house show main event Survivor Series. Vladimir Kozlov, Triple H, was so shit they had to add Edge to it. Then he won the belt.
But Steve, you've got Edge and Triple H, 2 of your favourite all-timers. And then you've got Kozlov, who wrestles like Finlay and Regal. Yes.
You get the fuck. He wrestles like Kali.
You're so simple.
But he's protecting. that's much worse.
Where are you going? Where are you going with this?
I am protecting my boys.
Yeah, no, there is no protecting.
There's no difference between them.
No, they are. When I see Kozlov, I see William Finlay.
You absolutely. You will sit here and you will preach to people who are listening about how great Shane Sewell and Matt Morgan are, and you will besmirch Regal and Finlay.
Yeah, he was terrible. And another example of a monster heel that became a joke.
Yeah. Yes.
I love double E.
And bottom boy, number 1, top of the pile, the head horse in the barn,
I love this.
Kurgan.
Coigan.
Oh,
Coigan.
For the greatest show. All gigolos coming up and roll. I assume he means Oddities Kurgan and not My Boys in the Truth Commission. Robert Mallet here would always bang on about his Hollywood. A lot of Hollywood boys here.
Yeah.
Because he was in 300 seconds.
Sherlock as well, he was in.
Yeah, well done. Yeah. Brawling with Robert Downey Jr. He struck it big in Jimmy Hart's Monsters Brawl. He was the monster. And he was the right-hand goon in Becky. Have you seen that? Home invasion movie.
Worth watching?
Yes.
Okay,
Kevin
no
James
more than
is in
please
it.
no review.
Kevin
please.
James is in it.
Great. Just let me watch it then.
Let
me watch it then.
Blart is in it.
Yeah.
Your boy,
You'll
Blarty.
like it.
I do like
Blarty.
Blarty.
You like
I do
it,
like
yeah.
Blarty.
I think he's in Deadpool too as well.
Deadpool. Yeah, he there's a kid. They're in a prison, and the kid learns, oh, you got to take out the toughest guy in there, and that's Kurgan. And Kurgan just goes poof. It's great.
It's great stuff. Okay.
All right, let's talk about wrestling. He did wrestle The Undertaker, but it's on heat, and the match is 44 seconds.
I was going to say, there's no way this goes more than 120 seconds. Okay.
Holy
Good,
shit.
good.
Wearing his beanie hat. You know,
Jesus.
Taker, punch, flying clothesline, corner punches. Dude is like, he's on red. already.
Yeah.
Do you know, staggering. Whip to the turnbuckle, choke slam, bang, foot on the chest, pin.
Oh, wow. No even pressure on the shoulders.
Murdered.
This guy's a giant. Another giant who ended up being a fucking geek.
There we
And
go.
dancing.
Laughing.
There we go.
Yeah,
Dancing. They
yeah.
all dance in the end.
Okay, you know what? I think we need to put it out to the world.
Yes,
We need
yes.
examples of giants who remained threatening.
Yes.
And didn't dance.
Ever, like never turned into a joke.
Never
Ever.
became a geek.
Andre? I don't think he danced. Do you know what I mean?
I bet he fucking did
Yeah.
at some point. I bet he did.
Yeah, he got a rug.
He looks like the kind of guy
Split
that would
away.
dance at some point. But like, yeah, please let me know if I'm wrong. But yeah, he's a potential.
Excellent. Can you just read out his voice table there? Tom.
Thomas Peacock, Boy Stable, Rob Conway, Kenny Dykstra, Kai and Tai, David Otunga, Vladimir Kozlov, and bottom boy, Kurgan.
Outstanding.
Solid work, mate.
Yeah.
Great fucking tattoo.
Thank you, Tom. Wonderful stable.
He does add that their potential theme song would.
Hmm.
Why can't we be friends?
Why can't we be friends? Oh, wow.
Perfect. Actually,
And
perfect.
They have the robe that says opponent on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well done,
okay.
sir. Well
yeah.
done. Well done.
Thank you, Tom. A winner is you.
You know what time it is. Yo, homie, PPV Tempo, check it out, you know he makes it funky, and he's good to go. Everything, catch the groove with New York, LA, and San Francisco.
The house tonight. You know it's gonna move your mind. The groove is out of sight.
Pay-per-view start. We are live from 15 years in the future, but pretend it's March 15th, 2009, and we're in the HD Impact Zone in Orlando, Florida, in front of the 1,100 faithful and a reliable 30,000 pay-per-view buys. How much per ticket?
0.
That's exactly it. It's free in. How do you get pay-per-view tickets? You have to go to multiple TV tapings and they give you tickets for entry, so you just show them to them. They'll give you a pay-per-view one. Or be part of the street crew, who are the lads for free, go around town handing out flyers, putting up posters, that kind of thing. Getting the word out on the street on if Shane Sewell will be in town.
TNA at this time, even though the product was kind of on a slide, they were doing great. On the March 5th Impact, which was the week after the empty arena, they opened up by saying it was their highest viewed show in company history, over 2 million people, which is nuts for TNA, little TNA.
Well done, lads.
Yeah.
Well done, Shane.
He knows. He knows.
Opening vignette. Foreclosure. Bank owns. It's like, my God, TNA.
What was this?
Stay away from failing business motif. I think it's supposed to be this kind of solemn, archival, historic feel, but it's a PowerPoint presentation. Still pictures.
They're not even panning.
Yeah. What kind of what culture is this? Great lads. They're great lads. ENDEAVER to soar. ENDEAVER. When you were creating the text, does not like the little red squiggle come up underneath? You've misspelled it. Of course, all wrestling fans would know how to spell Endeavor because they're the company that bought WWE.
And tanked the stock.
It'll be back.
The world is mine! Don't ever forget that!
Phew, there's a bit of colour. Maniacal Kurt screams, "The world is mine! Don't ever forget that!"
When's it gonna be my turn? When's it gonna be my turn?
Ooh, the pay-per-view theme song is My Turn by Hoobastank, the first track off their album, For Never. When's it gonna be my turn? Not that soon, we hired Mick Foley.
You always reminded me of the lead singer from Hoobastank, Jay.
You're racist.
Is that a compliment?
Sometimes I think you are the lead singer from Hoobastank.
I don't know, Splice Carolina being racist.
So if you
That's not Jay.
Six knockout tag match. The Governor Taylor Wilde and Little Roxy versus the beautiful peoples Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, and Madison Rain.
Yeah, she joined them the week prior. She was in a tag match. It was Taylor Wilde and Madison versus the beautiful people, and in the most obvious swerve of all time, she turned on her, cost Taylor Wilde the match.
There was a big slap there.
She
was like, "Oh, can I help you head it?"
The big slapper, the big slapper.
6 hours.
Bam!
There we go.
And then she did lose her first match the following week over a big turn, and she just lost to Taylor Wilde.
Oh, God. She hasn't even had her first pay-per-view match, already picking up the L's. I'm glad she is with the beautiful people, because otherwise she wouldn't have a gimmick, because she did debut on Impact, taking on Awesome Kong, and when she comes out, it's her first match, it's like, whew. And it's like, great, you can play it off as I'm worried about Awesome Kong. And like her gimmick is I'm the plucky white meat babyface.
We have one of them.
Yeah, we have one in Taylor Wilde, so sod off.
Yeah.
So she's with the beautiful people, she can have a bit of their gimmick. And the three of them together are called
My Pie Sexy.
Piss off.
It's awful, isn't it? It's terrible.
Sorority girl. Yeah, it's not great.
Big banger Russo off that.
Yeah.
Ooh, pie means funnies. 60 funnies.
Oh my god. Pervy cameraman gets right up Velvel's hole. You can see what she had for breakfast. Sockless Governor, aka Daffers, in first, getting reamed. Velvel and Governor, time waste immediately, not unlike Greg Valentine and Georgie Hannibal Steele. Steve, 5:58 into the show, a sign unfurls, Botchamania 71 equals this match.
It's literally my first note on this entire pay-per-view, and I really want to go back and watch Botchamania 71 to see if this is heavily featured.
It's not on 71, but it's on this one here.
Can you imagine if we were around in 2009?
OSW.
It would just be OSW something or other. Matthew, move the fuck over. Like you are.
You think so?
Yeah, hit the bricks, pal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The feud continues. It was kindling for years.
I haven't mentioned him in a long time.
The bricks!
Roxy gets easily outsmarted by Madison as both Angelina and Velvel work her over. And I swear referee Rudy Charles is in on it, as his primary concern is making sure Taylor and the governor don't interfere. Hot tag! Taylor Wilde runs wild, finishing with a lovely cross-body block off the top. Fumbly bumbly daffer splash to the outside harkens the finish.
They realized they had to wake up, and there you see a little teamwork.
Big slap knocking Madison around. She's wavy. L1 prompt pops up. Taylor presses it and hits a gorgeous German. That's it. 1, 2, 3, and the babyfaces win it in 304 unforgettable seconds.
Here are your winners, the Governor, Roxy and Taylor Wilde.
And this brand new top heel female faction losing their first match.
Yeah.
The lady who is finishing up could have been perfect there to take the pin. Nah, we can't have Roxy lose, you know?
No, keep her strong. Wait. She doesn't give a shit. She
loses all her matches.
She doesn't mind.
That's her gimmick. Lads, how sad were you that for once a TNA pay-per-view didn't open with the best match and have the X Division showcase, which they do to get the crowd pumped every fucking month. Hyped. And instead we get the worst match, the second worst match on this show.
Ooh, find out. Stay tuned.
Oh my God.
The bin just rises in temperature.
It was so bad.
I'll tell you, I actually thought the same, but then I realised it's because they knew the card wasn't great and they wanted something to keep people interested later on in the show when they're following
Velvel's arse.
Oh my God, imagine if they
on.
put this in the death spot.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. They needed to wake the crowd up later on.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
You put this second last, and then you can have your second empty arena match in a row.
That's just the fans leaving. They're out.
They're just done.
I was like, it is a long time until October that business picks up and we get Lacey Von Erich
Oh, yeah.
in My Pie Sexy here. Well, that Von Erich, yeah.
My sexy fanny.
Between her, Lacey Von Botch, and David Flair, it's like they are proving talent is not genetic.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
But I will say Madison Rain, Daffers, Lacey Von Botch, man, splicey, a bit of Wresticious, because they were all there. Madison Rain, she was cheerleader Amanda. Daffers was Draculetta.
Oh, yes.
And Lacey Von Erich was Lacey Von Erich.
My name's Draculetta. I want to bite. You won't watch me because I'm fucking shy.
I want to do this. We need to do Wresticious.
Draculetta, queen of the night. When I suck your blood, you will scream with fright. My fangs are sharp and my bite is vicious, cause Draculetta is Wresticious.
She's trying to turn that wrist lock into lunch. Draculetta's trying to sink her teeth into her leg.
Still laughing at that, Steve.
Main event referee Jeff Jarrett wonders if Kurt and Sting trying to hash it out by fighting in the ring tonight.
This is the new Mick Foley's open legs.
Is positive thinking or wishful thinking. Mick says he'll make sure Jarrett calls it right down the middle by being an outside special enforcer. And I was like, what's so special about it? Has there ever been a regular enforcer?
Good point.
Do you know,
But
Mongo, maybe?
But like, that's not his job. It's not his job to make sure Jarrett calls it down the middle. It's his job to make sure no one interferes to allow Jarrett to call it down the fucking middle. Get it right, Mick.
Yeah, but to go back to your point, apologies. In order to have a special enforcer, that would mean every match would have an enforcer. Like
and he's the best.
timekeeper.
He's the best of them, yeah.
Yeah, he's just called in like a special guest referee. He's a special enforcer, yeah.
So you need regular enforcers.
Excellent point.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
In the pocket.
Direct to TNA from the UK Gladiators.
Brutus Magnus versus Eric Young. Brutus Magnus is out. It's a cool garb, not for him. He's not a roidy brute. He's a very professional Englishman. Yeah, not a great incarnation. Actually, it's his worst. It's his Black Rain. Aldis did way better during the NWA stint as world champion, over 1,000 days as NWA champion.
I may not dive, I may not flip, but you can't touch this level of drip. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean?
Tried to channel Ric Flair, got a bit of Luthez, bit of Harley Race, but I was like, I don't buy it. You aren't Ric Flair. There's an element of like sleaze, wheeling, dealing, jet flying, womanizing, you know, like he's not straight laced, but he is, so don't do the gimmick. I know you're not drinking. You know, you're very responsible.
Ooh, Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis, yeah.
And we know that firsthand. He is a very professional man.
Yeah. We met him in
Belfast.
We met him in Belfast for ITO's Scott Steiner. He was his handler. He was Steiner's handler.
Something along
Keep
those
him
lines.
along.
Keep him on not beating people up.
Yeah. So he can harass as many women as he likes, and and he'll break it up. Like, he was nice. So we got to chat to him, and I was like, "Oh, I know something about you. You're married to Mickey James." So I went up to him. I was like, "Oh, hey, how's Mickey? She recovered from that train incident." And he was just sandbagged us. Oh, you were saying that, aren't you? But because you said it, I was like in the middle of my sentence. I thought that's quite funny. Let's go for it. And I
Didn't like it
at all.
Oh no, but he wasn't interested in laughing or smiling in general. You know, he was. How's it going?
Very
Was he
professional.
keeping kayfabe, or was he just a bit of a miserable?
A little from column A, a little from column B.
Professional, very professional.
Yeah.
But he's very good.
Is he?
He's a good wrestler. Great talker. He's got great poise, you know.
You can't stagger him, Steve.
You can't stand.
Wow. Got solid skill tree.
Done. Yeah. Excellent job.
And depending when you see this, he was SmackDown GM. Got it late 2023. He's still with WWE. He's been fired from WWE. So, you know, delete when that happens, you know.
The buck stops with me. I'm the sharp end of the stick on SmackDown now.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, let me introduce you to the special guest ring announcer. He is an Orlando, Florida native who served for 4 years in the U.S. Navy on board the USS Cole, the ship that was bombed by Osama.
Oh, do you recognize Seaman Jesse Neal? Last seen rummaging around outside OSC's stable. He introduces EY from Nashville, Tennessee. I was like, I thought you were Canadian, you big smelly turncoat.
But isn't it like when Christian and Jericho all of a sudden hailed from Orlando? You know, like weird shit. Like
it's a big Shatner stealing Mexico toucher. He was born in Florence, Ontario, so maybe he's staying in Jarrett's big chest of drawers, like Kramer and the Japanese lads.
Good night, Mr. Tanaka.
Good night.
Good night, Mr. O.
Good night.
Good night, Mr. Yamaguchi.
the historic debut of Jesse Neal.
This is history.
We have covered him quite a bit. Oozing charisma from the outset.
From every orifice.
He reminds me of a young Sean Mooney, the way he holds that microphone just perfectly upright. It's just, he's got all the beats. But if we only knew then what we know now, we would have paid him even less attention.
I just need Barbarian to knock into him when he's working.
30 superstars will be involved in a championship bout. And as you can see, there is a great deal of tension here in the locker room.
Fast-paced reversals. EY jumps back up and over Magnus. Runs to the other corner for a splash. Magnus fucking drops him.
Oh my god. Thunderous boos hit immediately and they had to mute the audience.
As we see EY after the float over, go for the cross body. And Brutus Magnus just took him right down to the mat that time.
Everyone, who's to blame here?
I'd say Magnus. I felt like he followed Eric Young a bit too close and he was too near to catch him.
So he was staggered.
Oh, Jay, I'm proud of you.
There you go.
Proud.
Listen, he just should have just rolled in front of EY and back over.
Get the iframes.
Back across. Yes! It's all iframes, baby.
Iframes.
The claw! The claw! Aldis with the claw. Immediately goes
Magnus.
Oh, Magnus.
Brutus
claw,
Magna. How did not end the match? I don't know. Nick wants to top rope splash him from really far away. Great air. Misses, lands on his knees. Ouch.
Very bad, very bad. Don't do the move if you can't do it right.
I really like the height he gets on it. He's athletic.
He lands on his fucking knees,
yeah, that's
man.
horrible. Yeah. Belly to belly? No! EY pushes Magna off Bret's rope. Gorgeous elbow drop follow-up, but can't get the 3. Bridge up and out and into a backslide. No! Bret's rope TKO. The Tormentum? Why, yes! Magna wins in 4:45.
Here is your winner, Brutus Magnus!
He did okay. EY was absolutely the right guy to put in there with him.
He was fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. He did all he could for him.
A solid hand.
The ultimate solid hand, really.
Him and Val Venus.
Yeah.
No, EY's great. Yeah.
He is way better than Val Venus. But I didn't see anything in this guy, though. He did okay, but if you would ask me then, will he be in wrestling for another year? Absolutely not. Void of charisma at the time, anyway.
Yeah, he wasn't put over strong at all. Like this match, he had serious trouble with EY, and combine that with the botch is very meh. But it is quite early days. You'll only get better in every aspect. Not incredible, but there we go.
Yeah, I thought this match was good. It's probably the weakest of his 3 matches that he's had. He had his debut against Shark Boy, and Shark Boy worked his arse off. And then he wrestled Sabin in a match, and Sabin was incredible. Like, he was just like a one-man bumping machine, made him look as good as possible. But yeah, this match is fine. He's super green. He's learning on pay-per-view, which is not an easy thing to do. So I think he did well.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh wow, it's Sheik Bashir. Oh no. With a microphone. Oh no.
This is not even Impact. This is a pay-per-view. I know people don't pay to get into the building, but people pay to watch it at home. And you charging people for this? Shame on you.
Shame. Big no accent Bashir says it's racist to not book me in a match. I'm a victim, where's my pop? I got the reception of a terrorist. Like, terrorist would get a reaction.
Yeah.
Big Jim Cornette says he's not booked because I don't like you. Nothing to do with race or creed. Nobody likes you because you're a big obnoxious jerk. Holy shit, Jesse Neal strangles cats singing God Bless America to see Bashir out. Just do the fucking USA chant.
Yeah.
That's it. Just US and that. There you go. Anyway.
God bless America, land that I love.
It worked for Muhammad Hassan because
he's amazing. A great promo.
He was an excellent promo.
Much better wrestler.
And like he's trying to cut the same gimmick by saying, I'm not a foreigner, I'm not a terrorist, I'm one of you. And then the commentary and the baby faces are like, you're a brownie. Get out of here, dirty foreigner. I was like, where was racist Rhino in his Italy top?
There we go. Yeah. Okay.
I think this is the best Bashir has done in TNA. His promo he does here, I know I think one of you mentioned he did a sit-down promo previously. Good. I actually thought this was a good promo. I really enjoyed not seeing him wrestle as well. I can't handle it.
That was the icing on the cake.
But this guy is TNA's answer to Hulk Hogan. He needs to be featured on every single card. Even if he's not wrestling, he gets a 10-minute segment. I can't. How long more we got of this guy?
More TNA's answer to Poochie.
Yeah, definitely.
He's very Poochie-esque.
When Bashir's not on screen.
Ooh. No, I can't do it.
Sorry, where we go?
When he goes off into space. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
You saw Foley. You saw Jarrett. They were grinning ear to ear like Cheshire cats. They are all in on this together.
Backstage, the Mafia have had enough of Kurt's paranoia, believing Sting to be in cahoots with Jeff and Foley. Bucks got enough on his plate with wrestling AJ later, and then Steiner tries to break Kurt, cutting a quick promo about Joe. He's like, well, somehow Joe, he doesn't see me. He sees a big hamburger. And Master, keeper of kayfabe, rivalry won.
Whoa.
With Kurt not breaking at that.
Look at me, I got a fat, out of shape Samoan hunt me down with a sword or some machete, like I'm a big piece of the hamburger or something. Like I'm a big Twinkie. I mean, look at me. I'm a genetic freak. What does he see when he sees me? A piece of bacon.
Kurt was amazing.
Imagine if Scott Steiner cut a promo with your face.
Yeah.
Like a big cheeseburger.
I'd be mean gening it all the way. Like I couldn't handle that.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
I had to fight inch for inch to get this, and I'm not about to lay down on my back and let someone cover me.
I thank you very much.
Steve, yeah, you could handle it, couldn't you?
It would be fucking hard.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. Honestly, I think Booker would crack me more. Yeah.
It's the facial expressions.
I think Booker is actually funny, and Steiner is
an idiot.
Unintentionally funny.
Yeah.
You see this right here?
Yeah?
Who is that?
Crystal.
You think that's the first time she's been on my chest? Many times, trust me. And Miles, you stick your nose in my business, and I'm gonna knock you out too.
Are you talking about their son, Miles? He's 2.
No, he's 1.5. See, that's what's great about me. I don't discriminate against age. I'll beat anybody up!
The Mega Powers explode!
The Monster Powers explode! Matt Morgan versus Abyss in a match of 10,000 tacks, which is very generous. Less than 1,000. Bollock. Do you know? There's 2 trays and a little mound.
It's hard to judge though, isn't it?
I'm like, I don't think they sprung for more than 1,000. Where I'm going.
Did you ever see these gimmicks, when you go to, like a fair or a circus or something, and they've got the jar of Smarties, and it's like, how many Smarties are in the jar? And you go, about 400, and they go, it's actually 3,739. So I was like, it's quite possible that there may be thousands of tacks here.
Okay, 10,000?
I don't think they counted out 10,000.
Oh my
like
God,
they probably got an invoice for 10,000.
Jesse Neal, in here. Count them tax, mate.
Oh, do you like the DNA double helix cowl on Matt Morgan?
Yeah, like I think he's got a good ringer and the walking down gear as well. Not a problem.
Yo, walking down.
The coat.
Walking down.
The shawl. He's got a shawl.
Just to get you caught up, lads.
Oh no!
These,
we don't need this.
This is like
don't give
20,
us the beat by beat.
30 seconds,
He's gonna
right?
finish. He's gonna finish the sentence.
I hope he does.
Can we Roxy him out of it?
Roxy.
Roxy.
These lads stunk the place out at against all odds. I mean, this was an abysmal professional wrestling match. But in the build up to this,
Roxy.
Abyss did have one excellent promo.
Still going.
Roxy.
Where,
I know. I'm not putting him off. He's powering through this.
Where
Roxy. Sue.
Where Abyss has a great line where he says, "Ma Morgan, you may be the DNA of TNA, but I'm going to introduce you to the Abyss chromosome."
Bashir.
I was like, that's pretty good, man.
Bashir. Okay.
Well done, Steve.
Yeah, well done.
Let me show you what happens when you add the Abyss chromosome into the mix.
Just modern parlance here. Matt Morgan, he do a couple of interviews. He was just saying that when he joined WWE, he was told, like, guy your size shouldn't be able to talk, shouldn't be able to wrestle. But if you remember his first stint in WWE, where he had the big black Bart goatee and black hair.
And he also had a stammer as well, right?
My God, I was having a goosey at it, and it's like, do you remember when Goldust had his electrocution thing?
Yeah.
That's what he had. It was
and like
preposterous.
Bubba used to do it as well, but like Bubba kind of pulled it off a bit, you know, like it had a bit of charm to it.
Yes, this is a charmless man, a full-on blur, this lad. Quite the Alburn.
Bradshaw, you ain't
Devon?
nothing. And tonight, you better believe I'm gonna make my impact.
Abyss walks down, has a teeny bindle with him. It's actually a big bag of tacks. The match, I feel like it will stink. Will this match stink? Let's find out. Immediate Pearl Harbor by Morgan, who gets a Morgan, a legit Morgan chant.
Weird. Never before or since.
Unbelievable.
Oh my God. And it's like, if a heel gets the chant, that signals the storyline is an absolute failure. Bell ring to Abyss outside. 51 seconds. Abyss has a bed of tacks, loose tacks, so when he has to lift them up to bring them up the steps, he does very well not.
Yeah. Oh, that would ruin it.
Will they come into play for the finish? Stick around.
Yes. No, did you see how ghetto TNA was? So, you know, he carries his trays, right? You know, the tacks are bouncing along, you know, and he places them down on just blatant crash pad. There's no hiding it under tables. There's no boxes or anything. It's a fucking crash pad. It's a chicken coop spot. It's going to happen. It's going to be the finish of the match. The fucking state of it.
But he's smart because, as Jay always says, he who sets it up has to go through it. So he knew setting it up, I better set it up on the softest part of the arena.
What's the finish?
They brawl up and carbon footprint on the... they brawl up the ramp.
Yeah. Okay, move along.
Carbon footprint. Yeah. He takes the bump on the crash pad. Chicken feathers fly up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This stinks. The match stinks. The feud stinks. There's only one good bit in this match where, okay, you win the match by putting your opponent through the table of tacks.
Did they explain that?
Yes.
Well,
okay.
I tell you what.
That's a shit way to end the match, isn't it?
Earl Hebner, you know, stupid Matt Morgan goes and pins Abyss, and then Earl Hebner goes, no, you can't do it. You have to pick him up and throw him through the table. The little tacks. The pantomime was head on set.
Here is your winner, the Blueprint, Matt Morgan!
One Night with O.D.B, where fans send in their tapes telling us why they should be able to ride O.D.B. Steve, how's the build to this? Any tapes tickle your fancy?
There's not much. Like the most entertaining ones were the ones with the 3 lads that actually ended up on the show. Like they only show like 2 or 3 ones from fans, and I'm guessing they didn't get many. There's a skinny bald bloke and there's a fat bald bloke, and they're both just like, yeah, should be me. And then there's one bloke who like drinks a beer and belches, and that's literally the extent of your build.
It's like we don't want to show our core audience.
Were these not all plants? I mean, was this a legitimate contest? Because if it was, there should be something under the Trade Descriptions Act, because clearly the 3 people that were the finalists were plants.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be...
I don't think the Better Business Bureau will look into it, unfortunately.
Yeah, but like, say if you legitimately... It's a competition, but it's rigged.
Yeah.
That can't be right.
I think you have to charge for it, so it's a free thing, so I think you're alright. There's no money involved.
Okay.
So the 3 finalists, Shark Boy, he throws his hat in the ring with a hilarious line, "Have you ever been eaten by a shark?"
Yep.
Brilliant.
It's good.
Cody Deaner,
yep,
looks like The Miz, pantomimes like he's an obvious actor or a wrestler. He is.
Wow.
He was even on SmackDown, November 25th, 2004. He was the hometown plant to fight Kurt Angle for Kurt and his gold medals. It was like an open challenge.
The open challenge, yeah.
It's quite funny because Kurt's still a heel and he's a scary man. And he's like, I'm going to go in the amateur wrestling pose. You try get me. Gets out of it. Slap, slap, slap. And okay, you go down and I'll go on you. And then he just kicks him in the face. Angle slam pin. Brilliant. Yeah.
What's your name?
Cody Steele.
Cody, where are you from?
I'm from Rochester, New York.
And then the third one is Bernie Weber, an older, portly gentleman in a nice suit. It was like, you work for TNA, don't you? Like, legit.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yeah, he's the VP of marketing.
Hey, Mike.
What's his positive traits? Yacht, car, airplanes, and money. Ooh, that's Krusty, O.D.B's rimshot drummer. Looks a bit like Fandango. I thought it was looking.
It does mean he's got a fabulous wig on him.
And then they asked for a dance-off.
They ask for a dance-off.
And I asked, why is this on pay-per-view?
Yeah.
But the dancing, I thought it was actually quite impressive.
Jeremy Borash, man, says, Mike Tenay, the professor, knows all the wrestling moves, but I know all the dance moves, and I'm going to call this. And this man, I don't want to say saved this segment, but made it watchable and saved me from wanting to do bodily harm to myself.
The problem, your man Bernie goes first, but my problem is that JB knew the moves before he did them.
Yeah.
Like he was instructing him.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it's a work.
You were upset. You were upset by that.
I thought it was a shoot.
You wanted the shoot dance off.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you think of Shark Boy's moves?
They're all fine. Like, yeah, they're all fine.
I thought he's actually a great dancer.
Yeah, I actually bothered to write down some
No
of his
way.
moves. Rusty trombone with the black macheesy, the Bad Street USA, get the Bad Street USA. And I was like, Jeremy Borash, you're a fucking godsend. That's it.
I'll tell you, let me be the first to say that JB is fantastic.
The first.
Literally the first and only
person
to ever say that.
Okay, excellent.
Motor City Machine Gun's my favourite tag team.
Balls got there before us. What do you tell us? Shark Boy, great. I have to say, like his spinneroonie and the camera work on it is quite good. Question, OC, Shark Boy, what's his favourite sandwich?
It's pun time, isn't it?
Big time. You don't even know about it.
Peanut butter and clam.
That's quite good. Peanut butter and jellyfish.
Mine's better.
Okay.
Yeah, I prefer Steve.
What's his order at McDonald's?
Fillet of fish, but
that's quite good. A quarter flounder with cheese.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Okay.
I'll give you that one.
Why can't Shark Boy read?
Something about a fish school of fish.
Fantastic. He's not part of a school. Yeah, very good.
Okay.
Oh, well done. Diener, his moves, he does a mullet wave. That was great. Yes, and he wins. And I love how Shark Boy tries to get in with O.D.B. anyway. He's like, come on, I lost the thing. Come on. Brilliant.
Shark Boy, he won fair and square, I'm sorry to say. Come on in, you two. Congratulations.
I'm guessing JB was trying to waste time because they knew that they were going to pick Cody Deaner to win because, this is all bollocks. But he decided to poll the fans. And the fans clearly wanted Shark Boy to win.
yeah.
So then when they announced that Cody Deaner wins, they turn O.D.B heel right away because she chose the guy that they didn't want.
I think you're giving this too much credit to actually. Oh my god, what a heel turn! Like based on
unintentional heel.
Yeah, I know, but
It
like,
got heel.
there's no heel turn here, Steve. There's no face turn. Nobody cares.
Okay. What's Shark Boy's favorite country?
Finland.
Bang! Yes.
Steve.
Did you know his dad went to medical school? He's a sturgeon. Did you know Shark Boy made his money from the mafia?
Somebody sleeps with the fishes.
That's very good.
Lot of clams.
He was a loan shark. Okay, and anyway, did you know that you can download Shark Boy's theme really quickly? It's only a megabyte. Okay.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
That'll do for this arc, yeah?
Would you give those jokes a C-? There we go. Okay.
We can shotgun beers all night long.
I'm gourmet dining.
O.D.B, let me put it to you like this. Have you ever been eaten by a shark?
Oh, you want to know something, you little bitch?
Robert Roode calls Lauren a bitch, which isn't very nice at all. He's not afraid of the 21-time tag champions Team 3D. Sure, they had to run to Japan to get the job done, referencing them winning the IWGP tag titles in the Tokyo Dome, Wrestle Kingdom 3. James Storm says there's a lot of buzz going around about respect. Beer money isn't getting respect. We're not getting respect. The respect is not coming. I was like, listen, you're not allowed to use that word, mate. It's all the main event mafia have. Lads.
I keep hearing everybody repeat. That word is respect. Beer money is not getting the respect, but we're still not getting our respect. The respect is not coming.
Watch this. Lord, me I like respect.
Respect. Respect. Respect. What? What the hell? Respect.
RESPECC.
He was trying to fuck on me.
RESPECC.
Get the fucker tea. Sucker. Sucker. Awesome Kong only has a single rule. Never challenge her supremacy. A rule SojoBo has broken into.
It's a SojoBo. The SojoBo. And it's always like your friend. You ain't my mama. You ain't my mama. And you never get a win in the end. It's SojoBo. Sojourner Bolt versus Awesome Kong for Kong's Knockouts Championship. Now, SojoBo won a #1 contenders match by pinning Taylor Wilde. What a mistake.
Well, it was a women's Royal Rumble match that when there was down to 2 turned into, in typical TNA fashion, a regular match.
Yes. Oh, man. So you're denying us Taylor Wilde versus Awesome Kong. Thanks.
Sojourner Bolt gets the
The winner
victory.
of the match, Sojourner Bolt.
But unfortunately, she's not Kong's mama. Whoa. Oh, so the Kong Taraj explode here at Destination X.
That's a lot. You're giving this a lot of credit.
Yeah. Saeed's not happy that SojoBo is stepping up to face El Karma. This insolence means Kong Taraj's already history haven't even turned yet. And oh yeah, sorry, Rockacon, your job is history too. This is March 15 at Destination X. Rockacon already out the door. February 24th in a 4-tag match, teaming with Bolt. Sojo's first move out of the gates is a botch. Can't do an attack splash from Bret's rope.
Oh.
Get the gold unless you go for it, but sometimes patience is what you need. And I think she should have been a little bit more patient.
She tries to do the Taylor Wilde, like, scrappy-doo babyface quick offense, but she's not a babyface. She's not over, and she's not good. So, failing on all fronts here.
I was like, yeah, why are you heel? You know, like, there's no reaction to her. She runs into Kong, gets brick walled, and, like, never should have turned you heel. Horrible idea. Hasn't developed as a character or gotten comfortable talking on camera. So her being a scrappy babyface, a shit Tater Wilde, it'll never work. Bolt with a Bret's rope axe handle is successful, goes for a Hurricane Rana, but is caught into Awesome Kong's awesome bomb. 1, 2, 3, clean loss. Sojo officially has nowhere to go after 417.
Yeah. Like,
you ain't my mama. You ain't my mama.
Here is your winner and still TNA Women's Knockout Champion, Awesome Kong!
Ow!
it's heel versus heel, and nobody gives a shit about one of those heels.
Zero build, zero reason to care.
Yeah, no.
And what's even worse is that they couldn't even work a long or good match that might even get the fans into it if they keep going. So obviously this match kicks off with a botch. Did you see the fans in the front row when it happens? They all put their hands in their head and it's like, why you do this? It's better than this match. This match was a shit show. The worst wrestling on the show, not the worst thing.
Okay. Jay, how did you feel about
it? You ain't my mama. You ain't my mama. I never get nothing. No, terrible. Get out. She wouldn't last a year, jobbing on the way out to Christy Hemme in July and in August. One final payday, jobbing at Knockouts Knockdown TNA Special in 2013 in a 3-way with Taylor Hendricks and Hannah Blossom. Man, TNA, it's having a rough couple of months. Like, all of these changes in the fresh talent is not happening.
It's so weird. Like, so they don't have Gail Kim anymore. And the natural replacement for her is Taylor Wilde. She's a good wrestler. She's cute. She's an okay talker. Like, she's a better talker than Kim was.
Yeah.
And they won't push her.
It's so hard to be a white meat babyface, and that's what she is. And she
was
at
over
it.
at it. Yeah.
Definitely.
Deserve better.
Home free to take down the contract. You know, we saw some good things from Sojo there. I mean, she did.
Hey, I'm Frankie. This is Junt. We do a show on Red Cow Entertainment called Box Mac, where we make hundreds of macaroni and cheeses, and we just made the Bushwhackers mac and cheese recipe in this WWE cookbook. And we have a question for you for the ad break questionarian. What did Hulk Hogan say was going to run wild all over you? Answer after the break.
It's the Macho Man and the SWAT Cats. Yes! Hook up with me, the Macho Man, Randy Savage, for the first ever SWAT Cats 4th of July Marathon. Oh, yeah! Better break out the big stuff. Mess with these cats and you're going down. Trouble Brews, calling the SWAT Cats, yeah! It's the SWAT Cats 4th of July Marathon. Tuesday, July 4th, starting at noon, only on Cartoon Network, yeah!
And we're back, and if you said Hulkamania, you're wrong. It's Pastamania, the Hulk's chain of pasta restaurants that failed very quickly, called Pastamania.
Pastamania has got all my Hulkamaniacs running wild.
And for his Pastamaniacs, he had the delicious Hulkaroni and cheese, which was his specialty.
We've never tried it. Maybe it wasn't delicious. No one's tried it.
No one's tried it.
When Hulk Hogan, Pastamania, and all my Pastamaniacs run wild on you.
Thanks for playing. We'll see you next time.
Steiner, you are one of the 5 responsible for the sins I'm about to commit.
So that takes us down low. We need some better gimmicks, better storylines. Let's take it back up, because it's Scott Steiner versus the Nation of Violence, Samoa Joe.
Oh.
Steve, give us the build of what was happening. The Titans, finally. Nation of Violence Joe on OSW.
Unbelievable, though, as they take that steel pipe.
Samoa Joe was taken out by the Main Event Mafia like about a month or so ago. It was during a cage match. They took out both AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. The last time out on OSW, Main Event Mafia Takeover episode of Impact, the show ended with the Titantron coming to life with big, fat, cock-faced Joe himself. He's coming back. And so he did a couple of weeks of teases, you know, like
he dropped his doily on the ground. So Steiner picks it up.
Hold on, wait. No, I can't do it. No, you know Yoo-Hoo. You know that? Yeah. There you go. Thanks.
Wait, I imagine there's a really high pitch you're going for, like a women's.
Can you do the? Can you do the?
Is that like, yoo-hoo? Like how high can you go?
And anyway, so Joe would pop up on the Titantron every so often.
As with his cock.
With his big cock face. And then he finally made his comeback 2 weeks ago. There was a segment in the ring. AJ Styles fighting with Booker T. Booker T brought cops out to take AJ. And one of those cops was Samoa Joe. And he gets into the ring and he is standing behind Steiner. He's wearing like padded armor and he's got the glasses and he's got the helmet. But when he steps up to him, the helmet falls a bit from his head. Like it doesn't fall to the ground, but it kind of slips and the camera catches big old cock face.
No!
So us watching at home were spoiled before it happened. But the people obviously there weren't. He takes off the helmet and the glasses and it's Joe. And he batters Steiner.
For a stormtrooper.
Huh? Then we had the previous show, the one where Steiner asked Lauren to get naked, and then Joe's fat arm comes into the picture and threatens grave violence on him.
It's good that it's his hand, because can you imagine if it was just his side boob? Who's that side boob?
That's my side boob.
Good night, everybody.
So that is your build to this match.
Yeah. But doesn't he have his little knife and he's licking the knife? Wasn't that happening?
He has a little cock on the end of a knife.
Like the knife, where's the sharp bit? Because he keeps holding it up to Steiner's throat and ripping it away. But he never gets cut. So what's supposed to be the danger of this knife?
It's a very bad knife.
It wouldn't cut butter.
It has a giant loaf of bread that needed buttering.
It wouldn't spread.
It's more of a spatula.
Okay. Yeah. A question for you: which is the more you can't actually use this weapon because it's supposed to be a sharp machete to hack down
coconuts,
bamboo?
Yeah, great. Joe's machete with the little cock on the end, or Triple H's sledgehammer?
Great question.
Of moves, things you can't really use.
I feel like the knife is worse. Because you can literally do nothing with it. At least with the sledgehammer, you can grip it and do that,
and break your fingers as you
or you can do the spot where you really go for it and they roll out of the way, and that the fans go, ooh.
Yeah.
You can gut a fish with the little spoodle on the end.
You could do the same with the knife as with the sledgehammer. Cup the end of it and then hit him in the head.
He should have a shoot one and have Steiner go no, and he moves, and then Joe actually cuts the top rope and breaks it. So it's it is a real knife.
Didn't he do that with? I was about to say Drew Barrymore.
Are you Drew Barrymore?
Drew Barrymore with Drew McIntyre did it at Mania or something where
the little blonde bob on him.
He did the choppy.
Oh, he had a
with
sword.
a sword.
Yeah, very good.
And of course, our boy, the Berserker.
Oh,
Berserker. Yeah.
My love for you is like a truck berserker. Would you like Drew Barrymore? Berserker.
His opponent represents the TNA frontline from American Samoa. He is the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
Yes, the new look, and as you can see, the new, more violent, more vicious style of attack.
I don't know what we're doing. What are we doing?
We're literally at the start.
Okay.
This is the big one.
Big time. We've hit the main event, a real main event. Joe punches Steiner. Hitch up the jocks. Joe T-bone overhead suplex. Hitch up the jocks.
Oh, God.
Uses Steiner's pipe causing a DQ. Socks Rudy in the head. Hitch up the jocks. Suicide dive forearm. Hitch up the jocks. Camera change. Hitch up the jocks. Throw into a bin. Hitch up the jocks.
How hot was the bin?
Oh, it was steaming. Steaming bin. Walk Steiner out of camera view. That's it. Chorus of boos.
Oh my God.
Insane. He snapped.
Don West put it best. Samoa Joe is freaking insane to Lauren with the phenomenal AJ Styles.
This was shocking, lads. Like Fat Joe,
not the rapper.
not the rapper, comes back. Like, this has been built up for a while, and he's meant to be the big hope. Him and AJ coming back to kind of, wrestle power away from the main event Mafia, but they're not even needed because they're already in fighting. And that's the reason why they're going to lose power anyway. And then
to wait them out now.
And then he comes back with the most limited members that he could wrestle with are Scott and Nash. They went with Scott. So this match from bell to bell was 90 seconds long, and then we get the shit post-match angle. It was garbage. No one's over. You're doing damage to who's meant to be possibly your top babyface. The fucking state of him. He went away for 2 months, and he just must have sat at the buffet table for 2 fucking months. Like, he looks shit.
Really does.
He looks abysmal, and
I love Samoa Joe, by the way.
And
we
this
all
is
love Joe.
depressing. This is the worst version of Joe there's ever been, and I'm fairly sure that if he was sitting at this table, he would kill me. But then he would agree and say, "Yeah, sorry lads, I was shit."
Sorry. I apologize.
Why would he apologize to us?
You, Steve.
For battering me.
Oh, right, okay.
Which he would.
Fair enough.
No, he'd probably abduct you. You'd probably just go off screen.
You see Steve in a hoodie zipped all the way up to his
exactly,
face the next day.
Exactly.
What's the worst thing? I'll tell you, for me, like, the cock gets a bad rap, right? But I think it's the pajama pants. For me, it's like...
They're really bad. They look like curtains.
That's
they
incredible.
Look like Booker T's curtains,
When he was the king of the jungle.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the weight is noticeable. The shaved head is noticeable. The cock is noticeable. But the pants take up the most room. So that, to me, is what stands out. And, somebody's go, oh, well, actually, that's traditional Samoan garb. But
don't care.
It looks bad.
It does. And, like, say, Jay wouldn't go to the ring in his Tatanka onesie.
No.
Well,
and that's what you wear to
I'd have a mask. What is this salacious comment? Samoa Joe, like, he's going for I'm a tribal savage, I'm dangerous, I'm untamed, but it's just a lad wearing curtains.
Yeah.
And they obviously are ill-fitting because he keeps Ronda Rousing his jocks.
Yeah.
And they're brown. No one can wear good brown jocks. Someone in the comments, please tell us good brown jocks. Shawn Michaels with the jockulets.
I liked it.
Brutus Magnus was wearing brown today.
Hangman at All Out was wearing the brown jocks.
Okay.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because he was trying to, I'm a piece of shit. I'm a big fat piece of shit.
He fucking faker.
Yeah.
You think I've never thought, like in Joe's case, yes, but
Earthquake had the brown
but that's
onesie as
different.
well.
I mean, if that was pink, you would still think it looked like shit.
Yeah. But like, listen, anyone in the comments, give us some good brown. Has to be mostly brown. Do you know what I mean?
I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. I grew up dirt poor. And what got me from there to here was a dream to be the best professional wrestler in the world. A legend.
Legends title. It's Booker T, the Legends champion, versus AJ Styles. Backstage, AJ says, "Thank you, 3D, but we can't be having you fighting our battles for the front line," formally excising them from the group, i.e. stay away from the main event. Styles says he wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth and he had a dream to be the best. And I was like, silver spoon? Don't cut that promo on Booker T, who candidly talks about his past, about being incarcerated for 19 months for armed robbery, which Booker T always brings up. By the way, the armed robberies were at Wendy's because he and his partners worked there for years. They knew the shifts, they had the uniforms, the routines. And it's like this knowledge of being able to hit multiple places and that also put the cops onto it. Oh, it was an inside job, and was able to find him out pretty quickly. He pled guilty, sentenced to 5 years, but released after 19 months. And we get Booker T, the amazing wrestler personality from there. So thankfully for that.
Never in a million years that I ever would have thought I would be in prison. But I walked that fine line. For some reason, I wasn't afraid.
Booker T comes out in not his robe, nor his main event Mafia tracksuit, but white gear with MEM emblazoned on his bum bum. Sharmell looks amazing in silver and white. Chops in a corner and Styles reverses with strikes of his own. AJ is almost heelish in his demeanour. He's wearing a scowl. He's like I would have thought he's a heel by how he's...
Do you want him to mark each and it, or...
Yeah, just laugh it off, basically.
Laugh it off.
But he's focused and determined to rid TNA of the Mafia. But only Dixie Carter can do that. Booker applies V1 submission, the Americana.
Yeah! I was marking out. It's the greatest rest hold wrestling has ever known.
Yes. I liked when you put it on, you'd be like, all the old familiar holds.
Yeah.
Do you know how to correctly sell an Americana, Jay?
Please inform me.
You kick one foot, then the other, then the other, then the other, and then that's it.
And there you go. Thank you, Stephen. AJ Samoan drop, but Book holds on. Very nice. Also makes sense that Booker T is trying to disable AJ's phenomenal forearm.
Yep.
But Booker T just knows to hold on tight. He's doing it.
Really athletic. Mr. T books back over AJ and into a pin. AJ tries to reverse into a Styles clash, but Book, a huge man, is able to escape. Flying, what was that? Never mind. Spinneroonie up, nice. Misses the axe kick and parallel. Styles clash to the gigantic Booker man. Hits it. 1, 2, 3. And after 9 minutes 14, AJ Styles wins the Legends title. And then finally, with this win, Don West can shoot.
It seems as of late, the front line had no direction whatsoever.
Cut that there, right there. Clip that. They had no direction whatsoever.
I'll say this. It seems as of late that the front line has had no direction whatsoever. You got to give it to AJ Styles in this respect.
But now AJ's the champion. Anyway, what do you think of this one?
It was good, but not spectacular. Love both of these guys. Two great wrestlers. I mean, obviously, particularly AJ. They did an absolutely fine job. I was just very, very happy that it was a clean win and astonished that Booker let him do the Styles clash, especially at his size, and it was safe and it was done very well.
Yep.
I had to have a little giggle after the match when AJ's going up to the fans and celebrating him winning a bullshit title.
A made-up title.
Yeah.
That he actually talked about it not meaning anything in the Go Home show.
Okay. You know, fair enough, the world title. Absolutely, we're going to take down the main event Mafia. And yes, we've done it. No, this doesn't count. You've accomplished absolutely nothing here.
Is that because it's a trinket?
It's a toy.
It's a Christmas ornament. But I believe there was one house in Castleknock that was uproarious, and there was noise complaints whenever Virgil won the $1 million title.
Well, I mean, that at least it looked good. The Legends title.
Do you not like it? No?
I don't like the red belt, the red strap. I quite like the face plate, but it's too ovally or not ovally enough. It's one of the two. I don't know. The shape is a bit weird. But it just like what
I quite like it. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I think it's really pretty.
It's just a shame how far the front line have fallen. That AJ is celebrating, massively over celebrating winning a bullshit title, and Joe is rolling around in soot with a toy knife. It's
rolling around in his own filth.
It gives him sexual power, Jay.
Thought we were done with Samoa Joe. No, still ragging on him.
You won't let him go.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Samoa Joe
sleeps nude in an oxygen tent, which he believes gives him sexual powers.
Congrats to AJ Styles, the new Legends champion, also the first TV champion. Question, can you name all the name changes the belt has undergone? There's 4.
Wow.
So there's 4 name changes for the Legends Championship belt. Okay, on TNA Live in Vegas, OSW 117, October 23rd, 2008, Booker T revealed what was in his steel briefcase, unveiling the TNA Legends Championship, which is a kayfabe belt he's awarding to himself because he's so great and he should probably have more. Only a true legend like himself could hold such a prestigious championship, so not a real belt. It's a trinket. It's an ornament. It's not a real belt. Hogan, so what is it?
This belt is just a toy. It's like a trinket on a Christmas tree, like an ornament.
Tonight at Destination X, AJ Styles wins the Legends title, and the following Impact cornet canonizes it as an official TNA belt.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Bound for Glory 2009, sneaky Eric Young bulls Hernandez into Nash and steals the Legends belt. It starts his heel turn and renames the title
The global title.
Yes, saying he's not defending it against any Americans, only smelly foreigners.
I like it. It's
on
good.
foreign soil. So in true TNA fashion,
immediately Florida.
Yes. TNA's based in Orlando, so yeah, in December his first bout is in Orlando against Japanese female wrestler Hamada. That's the one that teamed with Kong, but would defend it when on tour, which was what they're going for.
I'm going to give credibility to this title. How? Simple. Whether it be in India, South America, England, Canada, right here in the States. If you have a television, then you know what drives this sport.
July 29th, 2010, so firmly Hogan and Bischoff era. AJ, who's doing his Little Nate gimmick, where he's got the glasses and the suit.
Oh, God.
Renames it.
The TV Championship.
Yes. As he was saying, hey, Fortune draw ratings on television, so this is the Television Championship. Terrible reasoning. And then we get a good look at the belt, because it says Global. It's like, how did you show it? And it just has like a little nameplate over Legends, and now it says Global.
Stickers, baby.
Yeah.
It's the sticker era.
And then the next week he comes out in his Ric Flair garb, and they've just removed the Global, and it now says Legends again.
Oh,
but it's supposed to be the TV title.
Fucking hell.
But later on, they would just get a blank nameplate on it, so like that actually sorts it. Oh yeah, he says he's going to wrestle every week. That's what the belt is for. And the next week, first week was against Rob Terry, second week was against Kurt Angle without the belt on the line. So 2 weeks, it was already bollocks.
Now, as you know, that man, Abyss, put his body on the line to capture the world television title. He took a big hit. He's unable to defend, which is why we've made the decision to put that title up for grabs.
March 2011, Abyss vacates the title because he's kayfabe injured. September 2012, main event Devon vacates the title because his contract shoot ran out.
Oh my
and
fucking
he's not
God.
re-signing.
Has there ever been a wrestling company that got in its own way as much as TNA?
Ooh, Dub, maybe.
40-minute retake.
I have to say that like the company was booming when Jay Hunter was champion.
Right.
As soon as he dropped the belts, the ratings went down, the cows were disinterested, the wind turned,
Devon was a great champion. Myself as a general manager, we got to move forward.
June 2013, Abyss has a second TV title reign, which goes nowhere. Literally 0 title defenses in over a year. TNA Executive Director Kurt Angle declares the belt inactive July 3rd, 2014. Quite rightly, Abyss was still on the roster, but he didn't bring the belt with him, and he didn't mention it.
Ugh.
So yeah, fair enough. I was like, did he just actually take it home and use it as a belt? Maybe he threw it into the abyss. Anyway, just under a year later, Slammiversary 2015, Jeff Jarrett reinstates the belt and renames it the King of the Mountain title.
Oh my God.
Yes, putting himself over in the main event for the belt. Hang on, I'm TNA general manager, so he vacates it the next month, never doing the job. Just like old times. And that's where you see the blank plate to cover the Legends, which is great. Cost-effective idea, to be honest. The final champion was Billy Lindsay, El Bobo Lasho. He was doing the Kurt Angle gimmick of I've got all the belts. So he beat Drew Galloway for his world title at Slammiversary 2016, beat Eddie Edwards for his X Division belt at Destination X, and took James Storm's King of the Mountain title on Impact August 11th.
The King of the Mountain title? What the hell is it anyway? It's garbage. This title is garbage. I make it something. Now it means nothing.
Oh yeah, I got this. What a pittance.
So Lasher had all 3 belts. Literally the next set of TV tapings, TNA president Billy Corgan, you know, when he's not like being sad on a Ferris wheel or whatever, comes out and says, listen, no, I'm retiring the belt. And then it's like, he did, and it stayed retired. And finally, the TNA Legends Championship can rest. That's it. Billy Corgan rendered it inactive, and okay.
Wow. What a fart of an ending.
Why the obsession to make this belt inactive? What's so bad about having a belt that people can wrestle for?
It feels like it's like the women's belt in WWF in the 80s and 90s. It's like, we kind of want a division. Fuck it.
Yeah.
It's like, we kind of want to have it. Fuck it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. There's no reason not to have it because X Division belt is for X Division wrestlers.
Exactly.
You don't want Bashir, you stay away from that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, have a mid-card belt.
I also have an issue of being called the global title because what's the difference between global and world title? You know, it's kind of the same thing.
Yep.
The global belts you can fight on water? That's all I got. Listen.
On a goot.
In a boot. In a boot. With a goot.
Oh my god.
Is it more prestigious than the $1 million belt?
No.
No.
No, it's not.
Absolutely not.
Is it more prestigious than the Western States Heritage Championship?
Did Brian Alvarez hold that one?
Possibly. it was. He kept trading back and forth, him and. Oh, funny Wade.
Got it in the ring.
Got it in the ring.
Look what he has done for us, he's filled us up with cheer. Lord bless Charlie Watts, the man who invented beer, 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 diddly beer, 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 diddly beer, beer, beer. The Lord bless Charlie Watts.
3 matches left of the Wagon Challenge. Tag titles versus career. It's Beer Money Incorporated, the champions, putting their titles on the line versus Team 3D, Brother Devon and Brother Roy, I guess. As mentioned in the last episode, Empty Arena Impact, Beer Money feel like they've beaten everybody. So we're starting the Off the Wagon Challenge. We'll fight anyone, anywhere for the belts. But if you lose, you're fired from TNA. After beating and sending PD Williams and EY packing, and EY just wormed out of that, Team 3D are next in line. Career versus titles.
They also sent the Rock and Raven Vection packing as well.
Oh no!
On the second week, yeah.
Which one?
Lance Hoyt took the pin, but they were both gone.
But Jimmy Rave had to go.
Yeah.
Lance is like, yeah. Bye, Jimmy.
Clack, 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 clack.
Has it gone too far now?
Drop toe hold to Bully Ray and walk on the back. I love it.
That was great.
And then we get a good look at Bully Ray's side profile. In addition to the old Alan Shearer tuft on top, he's got shorn sides, but then he's got full-on sideburns, like thick burns, no sides.
It's a look.
I think that's not unusual look in this day and age. Well, maybe in 2009 it was. I think people do all sorts these days.
Yeah? You're happy enough with it?
Yeah.
I feel like it's like, I can grow hair. Look, my burns. Slap on the bum. You go get him, James. He's conflustered by a test of strength dance spot.
Oh. That was hilarious. This is one of the best parts of the pay-per-view.
Wow.
I fucking love it.
A damning indictment.
I love this 10 seconds.
Well, not only Cody beat her with the dance steps, but also Brother Ray. Quick snap of the neck.
Both Beer Money in the corner. Double Ho Train. Rude falls into a bumming position to Storm. Great stuff.
They love this spot every match now.
Every single match.
It's like Flair getting his arse out.
Yes.
It's a staple.
Yeah.
They did one there on an Impact where they had one of the lads leaning against the ropes and then someone picked up the other one for like a scoop slam and placed them on him, and then they fell forward in a perfect 69 and then they go up and
That's
very
great.
funny.
Yes.
Piping his faces, Robert Roode. Oh, you gotta love that.
And they follow up with a mistaken elbow to Rude. 3D are just playing with the champions. Bubba Bomb. Rude takes the full force on his coccyx. Ouch. Doodly device. Near fall. Storm grabs a chair, uses it, and DQ. Boo. But it's titled versus career. How does that work in a DQ? Cornette rushes out, says, hey, oh no, we're restarting it. No DQ. Get out of that one, Rommel.
Referee, we are gonna restart this match.
Cowboy Bubba hits a 3D. 1, 2, pull Storm out. Hilariously, Rude, he's got James Storm over his shoulders and he still has time to grab the belts and then hightail it.
Yeah, that's good.
And they lose by count out, and that's the end of the match.
Yeah.
We're going to damage it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners as a result of a count out, Team 3T.
Oh man, how disappointing. We should have had a finish here.
These people came to see a winner and a loser.
You lost, so give us the belts then, yeah?
But,
do you know what I mean? You haven't clarified.
But every wrestler knows the belt doesn't change hands.
But what if it's a title and career match? Like if 3D lost by DQ, you'd expect their career to be gone.
Good point, but they completely shattered that when Cornette said, oh no, we're going to restart the match. But then, no, it's no DQ. So then, did Cornette then have no power to restart the match with the count out and say it's no count out? Or
that he didn't walk far and he's right there.
No.
He should have walked past. How are you, Jimmy?
And then, why didn't Cornette in the first instance just say, titles can change hands based on DQ or count out? And then none of this bullshit happens. It drove me fucking mad because I was really enjoying this match.
It's a shame because it was a very good wrestling match.
Yes.
Two good teams, who get it.
Yep.
And after 11:20 ends in a hail of chants of bullshit.
Trying to stop him from falling on the ground.
Oh, you're full of you-know-what.
Oh, come on.
It's all right. We'll find that out next time, yeah, in the match. This was the blow-off to the Off the Wagon challenge.
And what a time it was to be alive.
My God.
3 weeks, lads.
4 total here. So last time on OSW, they beat EY and PT. Then they beat the Rock and Raven faction. Then lose by DQ to LAX. So there's no belt change nor firing. And now this shit heap with Team 3D. I was like, you just had Joe and Steiner finishing with a hail of boos. Now it's a hail of bullshit. What is happening to TNA?
Don West put it best. Samoa Joe is freaking insane.
Our penultimate matchup is an Ultimate X match, a 5-man for Alex Shelley's X Division title. It's Austin Creed versus Jay Lethal versus Suicide versus Sabin versus champion Shelley. Yes.
Shelley.
Shelley having beaten Sabin in a tournament finals at Genesis in January, OSW 123. That's where he pretended to have injured his ankle to surprise him with a small package. Yes.
Great fucking match.
There's so many X factors, Suicide being the biggest X factor. I mean, we know nothing about him. We know he likes to attack us from behind, but how do you prepare for that?
Vignette before the bout. The X Division wrestlers cut boring, trepidatious promos about the danger of the next match. Of note, Shelley and Tenay make note worried about the X factor, that is Suicide, as well they might. He enters, big pudding head on him. It's like, yeah, Chris Daniels, that's you.
So in the All In review, we talked about Chris Jericho doing a run-in on the Rev Pro 11th anniversary show, and I said, and a Chris Jericho shaped man pops out of the crowd. There's only 2 wrestlers that you can 100% tell by their body shape without seeing their face, and that's Chris Jericho and Chris Daniels. You can spot them a mile away.
A sign in the crowd, bring back Daniels, and when he's wrestling Lethal, chants of Fallen Angel.
I'm not into wrestling chants, but I love this. There's only one better. Husky Harris. When I didn't even see this, but this is years ago, and you're like, oh, did you see the crowd on Raw fucking chanting Husky Harris fucking dickheads? And I didn't disagree with you, but I went home and I laughed.
You were loving it.
I loved it.
You be loving it.
The smart nature of it. Yeah, if you wondered how smarky and how in the know the TNA faithful are, the answer is very.
You're fun, and it really is something else.
Handstand into the springing back elbow.
Lethal consequences to try dub it and climb for the belt immediately.
Yeah, do it.
Popped huge. Sabin shows off his Ultimate X experience, jumps off the top rope forward into the middle of the X rope, so he's halfway there, as opposed to kind of back towards the center of the rope and climbing the truss, so at the far end of the rope, you know? Good job, mate. Suicide with a running nothing into the corner. Which does pop me, to be honest. Like mild knee and elbow to the top of the head. Died. By the way, fair play to Daniels. As Suicide, he wrestles a completely different style to the Fallen Angel. Like with wild swinging kicks and the cartoon gesturing and stuff.
He is a phenomenal professional wrestler. I think like him and AJ, they're so good. They're so talented.
Fighting off Shelley.
What in the world?
And rolls through right on top.
My God. Suicide Finley rolls Creed from the apron, using him as a battering ram to knock down all the Skittles, Guns and Lethal.
That was awesome. Although it looked like him and Creed landed hard. That looked really painful.
Creed goes for the belt, but stops when Lethal sees him. We're frontline buddies. What are you doing, mate? This pause gives the Guns time to intervene. They show solidarity as Lethal boosts him up into the center directly, but Creed's inexperience shows as he fumbles to actually get the belt, being Shelley speared off.
The title belt, Sabin in a desperation move is able to cut him off.
Negotiate a Tower of Doom, but Suicide is pushed up and grabs the rope to safety for about 15 seconds and takes an ultimate powerbomb off the X ropes. Incredible.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh, man!
Don West gets over the importance of Ultimate X, specifically how it's a TNA original, a staple since the beginning. It's the pinnacle of this division. Winning this is the most important, prestigious X Division bout to win. Great job, Don West. Creed pump handle, gut wrench, flip, slam. No bumming. Guns hit the Maiden Detroit. Finish of the match is Lethal, Creed and Sabin are all hanging close to the belt. Suicide does a big splash on top of the belt, which knocks down all the wrestlers and grabs the title, winning Ultimate X and the title.
Hey, look at this!
What suicide? What suicide? Look out!
This is crazy! That's absolutely crazy!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and new TNA X Division Champion, Suicide!
Fantastic match. Just outstanding work from everyone involved. The final spot, we probably haven't mentioned it before. Elix Skipper walking across the top of the cage to do a Hurricane Rana.
You're the first person
to ever mention this spot. I don't know. I don't remember Suicide's big spot at the end here being like one that's constantly replayed over and over again, but it should be.
It was great.
And do you know what else I like about it? It was safe. There was very little that could go wrong with this, other than, okay, he slipped and fell on his face. But if he's getting anywhere near the ropes, he's going to be fine, because he can grab on left or right, but he nails it. He fucking nails it right in the middle. It's perfect. It would have been a shame if he had fallen and had to crawl back up. It would have been, it would have been great.
Drill sergeant instructor. Get over here, you stupid moron.
Or even worse, he does his big dive, he lands on the ropes, and the belt comes loose and falls.
Oh.
That would have been it.
TNA.
You gotta fight. Fire right. Yeah, would have been amazing.
I would have loved to see Chris Daniels as Chris Daniels in this match, but I understand why they're pushing Suicide, because he's in the TNA video game and they wanted to have a reference to that. But he's never going to be anything more than an X Division champion, and maybe that's fine for TNA, I don't know, but I would love to see Chris Daniels wrestling like this as Chris Daniels.
Ooh. We have to stick around for Bound for Glory, because you'll get both Chris Daniels and Suicide. Long-term booking. Long-term booking.
But what a horrible gimmick. You walk into Jeff's office and he says, Chris, we've got a new gimmick for you. It's suicide. You don't care about your safety. You take all sorts of risks. And he's like, you realize I'm late 40s, yes? You know, I should be taking less risks.
Hulk Hogan. That don't work for me, bro.
But yeah, the only reason to watch any part of this show.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Absolutely. Great match. Amazing action. Like just high octane, fast paced, million moves. Just popping the fans constantly. And a fantastic finish. Brilliant stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I wish just for one show every year on Destination X, the X Division should main event.
Yes. So 8 matches down, 1 match left. Cause it's time for your main event. Your main event for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. It's Sting, the champion, versus Kurt Angle, with special referees Jeff Jarrett on the inside and Mick Foley on the outside. Sting quickly gives his final thoughts before the main event, even though he had nothing last time. I'm all in, Kurt. Bring your A game because I'm bringing mine. Jeff's not an issue. He's gonna count 1, 2, 3 because it's showtime. So you have no thoughts.
Heavy burns, no time off.
Backstage, Kurt's a rabid, paranoid dog, believing in secret coups and everyone's out to get him. Sting believes Angle's ego is out of control, granting Kurt title shots and fights as he thinks it'll squash the beef, but to no avail, Kurt spitting in his face. Nash tries to defuse the situation, saying Kurt's a hothead, and the important thing is that the world title stays with the Mafia. A few brawls later, Jarrett declares himself the special referee and Foley a regular enforcer. Ref Jarrett gets a spoot entrance. Just oh my god. Tons of build up to ramp up the interest for this one match. We get 2 backstage walks, 3 video packages, the feud, Angle, Sting, and 4 entrances, Jeff, Mick, Angle, Sting. And then JB introduces everyone. Fuck me. Time from Sting's interview to bell ringing.
13 minutes?
Bang. 13 and a half.
I don't have fuck all to say about this match other than what I'm going to say right now. So they're really going for the big fight feel here. You know, they do occasionally in TNA, but they're really fucking pushing this as the biggest match in TNA history. You know, they got the promo packages, they got the walk to the ring, they got, you know, and JB normally does his announcing, that's fine. But it doesn't ring true for me for several reasons. One, both have been champions multiple times. I'm sick of them being champion, so I don't care who wins. They're both kind of heels. One is definitely heel, the other one, So I can't get behind anyone for this match. 3, the front line is a damp squib and can't provide a credible challenger. So again, it's just a downer. 4, I'm not buying the build. Stevie said it's been built heavily. I would have preferred if Angle was champion. Sting, sick of the way the Mafia are bullying the roster, wanted to give the young lads another chance. So, you know, he's the inevitable going to turn face. 5, I don't really want to see Sting wrestling in a main event in 2009.
He's not capable.
Nope. And 6, the match is in the fucking Impact Zone in front of a few dozen people.
So it is a big point, I have to say. It looks low rent.
Yeah.
Imagine if it's 1993, we put on the Royal Rumble. Oh, by the way, it's in New York City beside the Hammerstein Ballroom with 400 people in it. Where
the fucking Bammerstein.
With Rob Bartlett. Do you know, it does, like, you can't have it in the same place as your weekly show.
No.
And it's not special.
No.
You know.
it's Bush League.
Yeah, you
think
like,
you're special.
That's why Bound for Glory 2008 felt big and felt special, because it was different. You know, like it had a magnitude that TNA rarely got to. And I think it's been like the last 4 pay-per-views have all been here, and every weekly show.
4
Yeah.
At least move the ring to a different part so you can shoot it a bit different.
Yeah.
You know, put all the fans on one side.
Oh, with the chairs. Put all the fans with the, the fold-up chairs, and then have the hard camera on the other side.
Exactly.
There'd literally be 20 fans.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No, I was going to say like half the fans on both sides, but have like cardboard cutouts and like film in standard definition. Anyway, let's start this match. Ding, ding, ding. Suplex by Angle and cover. First count by Jarrett. Fair and timely. He'll call it right down the middle. Sting runs at Angle, but they fumble. I think Kurt was supposed to snap suplex, which they do after a quick chat. Lads. TNA covers saying Sting bum rushed him, but Angle was too wily. Great commentary, mate.
They're very, very good at covering for those little things. Like the Sojo botch. Dawn West quick as anything. The reason that happened was that she's very nervous. She's taking on someone that she was friends with, and she knows the might of Awesome Kong. And I was like, that's fucking brilliant.
Having it as a character story beat.
Quickly shot off into the ropes is Angle. Swinging and miss with the clothesline by Sting. They meet in mid-ring. They both go for the cross-body block.
Both men down. Angle having Sting's face paint on his face. It's like he's just been kissing him. And Jarrett starts counting to 10. I was just like, Jeff Jarrett, looking at him there. He's got the blonde hair, the goatee facial hair, cut off ref shirt, black Adidas bottoms. You're really a bit of a Shane Sewell booster here.
Is he going for that look, do you think?
He's begun to shulinate. Watch it, mate. Ankle lock, nothing doing. Triple German, Wendi Sting reluctantly agrees. Angle slam, 0 heat, as you know, Sting's kicking out. Which he does. Another German. Sting escapes and smoothly hits a Stinger death drop. Look great. Well done, lads. Duck and Angle clobbers Jeff.
Wee woo. Gong, 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 gong. And this is when the Jeff Jarrett booking kicks in.
So Jeff he's a wrestler, but he's a referee. Will he be okay? But Sting applies the Scorpion Deathlock.
Wait a minute, look at this tap! Look at this tap by Angle! Angle's tapping out!
It's not a tap if it's not seen.
Kurt Angle starts tapping. Gah! Jeff's being attended to by Foley. Nobody to call the end. Angle slam. 2 count. Whoa. Slow Mick Foley count, to be fair. Chairman wow here. Kurt Angle wants to wallop Foley. Swings and hits Sting. Angle slam to Foley, who barely jumps. Thanks for the sandbag. He's like, But that's not the finish. What is the finish? Angle spits in Jarrett's face, gets a punch for a receipt. Scorpion death drop. 1, 2, 3, and Stinger wins it in 1350.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner is still TNA World Heavyweight Champion, the Icon Sting!
OSC, so Sting wins. Will Foley get the belt?
He'd know. I thought it was this match.
I like my cap that I wear with the beanie.
Yeah.
The propeller started straight. Is this it? Take it. Give me the belt.
And hand it back.
Yeah.
You know the spot where Sting celebrates with the belt at the end of the match. Foley comes up, takes the belt back off Sting and hands it straight back to him so Sting can hold it up and celebrate. It is one of my favourite TNA moments, and I was hoping.
It's the main event of Against All Odds, which is the 4-way Sting, Angle, Devon and Bubba.
Splicy.
Main event, Bubba.
Splicy.
Yeah.
As he hands that belt,
look at that handshake, Don, and think of the years of wrestling history that picture represents. TNA executive shareholder Mick Foley, the Icon Sting.
It's amazing. It's iconic. You know, historic. What do you think of this one? I know you said all you can say, but like...
yeah, well, as far as the overall match, it was exactly as I expected. Sting, yeah, he ain't got it anymore. He ain't got it. He can't keep up.
Sting.
He can't
Ain't
keep
what he used to be.
I would love to see an early 90s Sting against Angle. I think that would be a phenomenal match.
Yeah.
But this ain't it. Almost 20 years too late for Sting. But, I was thankful for the bullshit finish because it did something in the match that was like notable, and B, it meant the match was coming to an end. But yeah, it was okay.
Oh. Yeah, a bit of a mess with two special guest referees. It went how you'd expect. One gets hit by accident, another on purpose. Kurt strikes both. Sting keeps the belt, but Kurt has an out, Jarrett punching him in the face, so nothing solves. And that's it.
Finger of blame pointed at Jeff Jarrett, and you have to wonder if the problems in the main event mafia aren't worse than ever.
Sting has had a pretty rotten run as champion, lads. He stunk up the place with Rhino.
I loved your call of that. It was.
I was so angry watching it. AJ Styles couldn't get a good match out of Sting. Then they had the really bad Fatal 4-Way match last month.
Main event Bubba,
main event Devon. And now they had this one. I was like, they tried to give it grandiosity, if that's even a word, with the build. And they just couldn't. Kurt really tried, but Sting can't keep up. And normally like a fucked finish, like an overbooked Jarrett finish would have me pissed off. But I think it actually saved this match, because if they didn't have it, it just would have completely flopped. And at least it gave it a bit of drama, But like, you gotta get this belt off, Sting. You gotta put it on someone young.
Shane Stewart, yeah. Tag me in. I'm ready.
Yeah. Next month, AJ, Daniels.
Anyone younger than Sting, even by a couple of years.
Yeah, functioning hips,
not necessary.
I'm sad because I don't want our fans to see this pay-per-view, because like, I want people to enjoy TNA, and this is a stinker. I don't want the fans to know about the shit side of TNA, because there's a lot of good stuff, but this is a doldrum pay-per-view. Holy shit. Okay, so nothing's solved. How does this Angle Sting situation get solved? Well, Kurt and Sting will have to put aside their differences, as they have something bigger on their hands. A diversion, nay, a Mick Foley-shaped roadblock at TNA Lockdown 2009. The 6 sides of steel come for us all. This is our official countdown to lockdown.
Oh yeah, and not only do I own the book, not only have I read the book, this is Mick Foley's 4th autobiography, I am going to read it again.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like, how many times more? It's like you reading Countdown to Lockdown or paying for Fozzy gigs? What's happened more?
It is not his worst autobiography. Hardcore Diaries is by a million miles his worst autobiography.
Diaries. Welcome to the Aftermath. I was like, I have 2 good things about this pay-per-view. One of them's one night in O.D.B. Shocking. And my boy Suicide getting the X Division title. And that's it. That's it.
Yeah, don't watch this show. Look, I am a good man. A nice man.
Where's this coming from?
I want to see where this...
A generous
magnanimous.
A gentleman.
Oh.
And I'm going to tell you, you still have a What Bar fucking segment to do.
Oh, bollocks. Oh, we can skip it. Oh, no, I did ask the fans.
He asked
the O.D.B.
What better is O.D.B? She's in a teal onesie, looking quite dapper.
Yeah, so because it's O.D.B, I went for a more themed What Bar this month. Alcohol and cigarettes, if you please.
Okay.
Can we say cigarettes and alcohol?
No, I don't like Oasis.
Bollocks! I'm saying it.
So
might as well do the white line. Or spend your days in the sunshine.
Ross.
It's sunshine.
Yeah. Ross Pugh says she is a bottle of blue aftershock.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be blue.
Ross.
Can you pause after the name so I can have a thought? Please.
Okay.
Okay, come on.
At Matcha Jess.
Nice dress.
Yeah, there you go.
She's a bottle of Blue Wicked.
Oh, delicious.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Elliot Hodgett.
Come on, mate. Help us out.
State of your name.
Did you watch The Hobbit?
Oh, fantastic.
I'm on a fucking roll.
You're on fire.
Yeah, I'm hyped.
Got hot takes.
She is a bottle of 70% solution cleaning alcohol.
Oh, you can't drink that though.
Fantastic.
But it is technically alcohol.
Yeah.
She can.
You don't need that site.
She can.
Yeah. Mitch Nicholson.
Has an itchy bum.
She's a packet of Blue Camel.
Yeah, the classic.
Very
Classic
classy.
Camel.
Classy cigarette.
Yeah, they are.
Dean Leary.
Don't be weary.
I was going to say don't be cheery.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Delete is appropriate.
Pick one.
Yeah.
A pouch of Pueblo.
Hey,
Yeah,
is that the old wacky tobacco?
Yo, wacky tobacco. Salt Miner.
Oh, Salt and Sacrificer.
Oh, I was thinking loves a bit of China. Nothing could be finer.
It says that she is a Crocodile Dundalk ripoff Paul Hogan branded Winfield.
Oh, wow.
Who's the other one?
I don't, some bloke.
Paul Hogan.
Paul Hogan and some bloke.
And then the last one, because after a heavy night,
me versus you.
Here we go. Here we go.
At the ready.
Still has to make it to work the next day.
What's his name though?
Adam DeVille.
Hopped on a windowsill.
No. Enjoy your birth control pill.
Oh my God.
So she
sleeps in a landfill. I've been watching Duke Drosy lately.
Okay. too much Drosy.
I just randomly watching Duke Drosy, you know.
What, don't you?
It's how I spend my weekdays. She is a bottle
That's
of
why OSW takes so long to
Listerine
get out.
Cool Mint.
Yes.
The
Necessary.
Because you've got to cover up the other stuff.
And
The stench. It covers the smell.
There we go. And that
Fantastic.
that is the end of What Bar for O.D.B.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
And all of those losers that submitted their what bars?
Unwinners.
What are they?
Thank you, lad.
You are
Thank
welcome for me reminding.
Shit.
You're a ledge.
Yeah.
A ledge ball.
And that does it for this week, folks. V1, what do you think of that one? Did you enjoy us reviewing Destination?
I enjoyed us getting it off our chests. It was good.
And onto the chests of the listeners.
Yes.
OSE, did you enjoy that one?
Yeah, I think we made the most of it.
Yeah. Kind of hoping that lockdown can inject a little bit of spice back in, you know?
Yeah,
because that was rough.
And if you want to keep us flush in spice bags, you can slip us a couple of bucks and watch some exclusive videos like behind the scenes footage or reviews we haven't released yet, possibly one with myself and OSC, and there's a third guy there, you don't know. Anyway, where can people do that?
Nugger you to oswreview.com.
Fantastic. Or you could just stay here on YouTube and watch all over 120 of our episodes free of charge on an IMAX Flavor 4:3 full screen at
youtube.com/OSW Review HD.
Fantastic. So it's a goodbye from V1.
Take a boo.
OSE. And myself, the 2.5-time Golden Nogger Award winner, Jay Hunter. And remember, a winner is you. Gansies.
Like, subscribe, comment.
Thank you.
Bell.
Bell. Bell.